From her creative studio high in the hills above Hollywood, California, it's Ms. Meliz on 10 Minutes in Tinsel Town.
Everyone, welcome to 10 Minutes in Tinseltown with Ms. Meliz. I'm Melissa Reyes, and I am happy to have with me Marcie Taylor of Suburban Mama, the best Suburban Mama. Hi, Marcie. How you doing?
I am good, Miss Meliz. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy we finally got it together, and I feel like we know each other really well, although I've only met you a few times in person. So I really appreciate you doing this show. So tell me, what are you up to? Tell me about your what you do and who you are, because not everybody knows, but I know your viewers and my viewers do.
Okay, so my name is Marcie. I'm Suburban Mama on Twitter, but I am basically a writer, and I've written a book called Missing Mangoes for Filipinos and those who love us. I think that's something we have in common, the Filipino angle. And also, I am a columnist for OC Register Family Magazine. So that's OC Family. That's Orange County Family Magazine. My column is called Plugged In, and it's about digital entertainment for children. And then apart from that, I blog at marcietaylor.com and surfcityfamily.com, which is about where I live, Huntington Beach. So that's about most of what I do. Yes.
That's pretty good. Is this what you do full-time, or do you also have a full-time job?
My day job is social media for a small agency here in Huntington Beach that focuses on motorsports. Can you believe that? So like motorcycles, helmets, and things like that. So yes, I am on Facebook for work. Like, you know, it's not just wasting time. I do it for a living, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's really nice. And do you ride motorcycles, or do you use your motorsport vehicle yourself?
Only riding with my husband. So he's excited about the job because, you know, it's what he's passionate about. But the part that I understand about the job is that being passionate about something. Those people that ride motorcycles are very passionate about that. And I understand passion. I'm passionate about social media, writing, art, and coffee.
Awesome. So that's a great, I was going to ask you what you're passionate about, but you went right into it. So when I didn't know that you're passionate about art and coffee. So you have to tell me more about that.
Okay, so for art, you know, it's everything about art. For a while, I was writing about books for that same magazine. I'm an avid reader. I'm a photographer. I like everything about art, visual. I like theater, performing arts, and all that. So that's cool that I can, you know, still have that with my job as a writer. And then coffee, I don't know. I just like coffee.
What's your favorite?
I write about it. For dark roasts. So here in Huntington Beach, let's see, there's a new coffee place called AOSA, AOSA. And then, of course, in Costa Mesa, there's Portola Coffee. But, and also another one in Huntington Beach called Cafe Caldo. So I like the, what I like about coffee is that you have to drink it slowly. You know, I like it bitter. I don't take milk in my morning coffee, so yeah, the darker the better. And also, it's a great excuse to dunk a cookie in.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Like I like coffee. I have to have coffee every day, and I like a dark roast, but I usually put a little sugar-free hazelnut creamer or something in there just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. It's more of a habit than for taste because I really like that dark roast. I like French roast or Italian roast or Colombian.
I like Colombian because it's darker. The Ethiopian ones are really good too. So, but I was going to say one of the great things about coffee is when you say, hey, let's go get coffee, you don't say, hey, let's go get a Coke together to have a conversation, right? You say, let's go get coffee sometime.
Right.
And so there's
Right.
that. And just the whole process of brewing it slowly, and then you take your time because it has to cool off when you're talking. I love that. I like slowing things down.
It's really good. It's warming and also kind of peps you up, but it can soothe you too while you're having that long conversation. I like that. That's pretty cool. So I was really impressed when I went to look at OC Family Mag, the website, because there's so many contributors, and but I found it really concise and interesting. How long have you been doing writing and having your segment?
So what's interesting about OC Family is that I write for both print and online. So it's fun to be part of the print world. Yes, so we work 2 months in advance, so that's interesting. Just like I have to write about the newest and the latest games, and so I have to know it 2 months before the issue comes out. I also get the chance to write about travel. Oh, that's another passion, of course, is travel. So it's fun to write those pieces. To answer your question, I think it's already been 3 or 4 years that I've been involved with OC Family, and how it started was our editor, Suzanne Broughton. I like to call her my fairy blog mother. She got a couple of bloggers back when it was just starting out, and she gave us this platform and said, hey, this is a new thing, and I think it's, you can make anything out of it. Whatever you're passionate about, you can write it. And of course, we were all moms, so we were trying new things. And what's interesting is our kids have grown up together, and so what we write about has changed as well. And so you mentioned the mix. It's really cool because there are contributors with toddlers, and then my kids are, I have a teenager, so that's a different perspective. So that's how it happened.
I was going to ask you, how old are your kids now?
My boys are 13 and 9. How old are you?
19, 17, and 14, almost 15. So they're all, my youngest is 15. Oh my gosh, I know. I really should write a book. They're really good kids, but once in a while we get a little challenge, and it's hard having 3, but I'll tell you, today I was all by myself all day long, and I was so lonely. I was so bored. Like, even if they're in the house doing their own thing, knowing that they're home, I feel so much better. And it was just the longest day ever. I couldn't wait till they got home. But so, and my oldest is away at college, so yeah, all boys. So my oldest is away at college, and that's crazy. Oh, they're great. It's great being a mom of boys. Yeah. It really is, especially when they're such gentlemen. So, what do you do for fun? What do you do? What do you like to do to relax and get out and have some fun that's not having to do with blogging or writing?
I like at the beach. I just came from the beach today with my younger son. We just hung out. I love to read. So I just read a book by Stephen King's son. So that was interesting.
Oh, what kind of book is that?
It's a mystery, murder mystery kind of thing. But it had touches of sci-fi, which I like, because that's another passion. I am into Doctor Who. You can see my TARDIS. Wait, how do you do this? TARDIS, right? Oh, yeah. That's my phone case.
Oh, yeah.
It's my personal.
Oh, my God, that's cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it's my personal time travel piece. So, to relax, I think I wanted I was going to tell you, right, that I wanted to bring up other projects that I'm working on that are not blogging, that are not related to work, but because of blogging and social media, I'm able to help these projects. Like I have my passion causes. And so one of them is I'm helping out the American Diabetes Association of Orange County. Because that's one of, it's a disease that's killed so many people, and you can stop it, especially type 2 diabetes. And the stats are staggering. Like, they predict that if trends keep up the way they are, 1 in 3 people by 2050, which isn't that far away, will have diabetes if we don't change the way we eat. Yeah. So if we can stop it now.
Right. Now, do you or anyone in your family have diabetes?
My grandmother had it, yes, and I remember when I was a little girl, I'd watch what she ate, and we loved to eat, so that, you know, she loved to cook and she loved to eat, so that's how she developed type 2 diabetes, but it led to cataracts and other illnesses along the way. So that's the difference about diabetes, is that it leads to other things. So if you can stop that beforehand, and more kids are having it. You can, you know, we have the obesity problem and all that. And that's all tied to diabetes too. So
it's true. Now, I have diabetes. I don't know if you knew that I have diabetes. I have type 2 diabetes, and I've had it for about 4 years since I was diagnosed. I also had gestational diabetes, so at that time when I was pregnant, I was told that I was at a higher risk of having diabetes. And it's on both sides, my mom and my dad's mom, and my brother and sister all had it. So, but I manage it with diet and exercise, and I take metformin, so I don't have to take insulin. So that's good. But, you know, I'm hoping, and I've been maintaining the same amount of metformin now the whole time. So to me, that's really good, because I wanted to my doctor told me I could get off of it if I manage my blood sugar levels, you know, well. But I've just maintained it. I haven't had to increase my dose, so that's good, I think.
The poster girl. See, you can control it and manage it. I'm sorry, you can manage it.
Right, you can manage it, but you know, I had a really hard time this summer, and one of the things that I forgot, like, you just forget things. I don't know why, but I never really had to avoid a lot of fruit, but this summer it was so hot, and we were moving, and the watermelons were so sweet, and I was just every day eating like a bowl of watermelon, and I got my first really bad sugar reaction, where I had neuropathy. I had extreme nerve pain, and I've had it on varying levels before, but this was just the worst ever. And I swear, I was like, what was it? You know, what? I knew it was around my birthday, and I'd had birthday cake and a couple of other little things in it, but I think the fruit took it over the top, the amount of sugar you know, that I was consuming. I just didn't realize it, because it's just, watermelon doesn't seem like it would have a lot of sugar, but it's really high in sugar. So, you know, I think that if I had to give advice to somebody, I would just say, familiarize yourself with the glycemic index, and be aware that lots of foods and carbs have sugar that is, you know, hard for the diabetic person to digest. And, you know, so it's really having to stay on top of it all the time, everything that you eat.
So let's and especially, we just want to make kids aware, you know, because we know our boys play video games, and so they're not moving. So one of the things you have to do is move regularly. 30 minutes a day. You can just walk around or anything, things like that. So I guess this month is important, just to make people aware that small adjustments to their daily habits, like you said, watching what you eat and being familiar with what's in the food you eat, that could help. But I'm one to talk. I have a sweet tooth too, so and I do have to watch it because I have it in the family. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got through that, and then I've just been even more careful to not. Hopefully, it won't happen again, because that is kind of a recurring thing. And I just get checked out all the time. But it's I wouldn't want anybody, even though it's manageable. I don't think anybody should take it lightly. They should do everything they can to avoid ever getting it in the first place. So thank you so much for participating in a Diabetes Awareness Month and doing your part for the association there in Orange County. And, what is it? Maybe, you're doing a good thing, and you do a lot of, you have a lot of causes, you said, but what is it that motivates you, Marcie? What motivates you to accomplish your goals? What's your drive? What are you driven by?
So deep. I am.
I know. It's my Oprah question.
Yeah, I'm driven by other people. So I feed off. I feel like I sound like a vampire, but I feed off the energy of other people, and I think I have enough energy for a lot of people. So that's what drives me. I'm like I want to focus it into something useful and productive. So what do I do with all this energy? I mean, like the diabetes, my connection with them happened because someone on LinkedIn had stalked me and they messaged me because they had seen that I was championing all these causes and stuff. So things like that. When people want to connect with me, human connection, that motivates me. People who want to reach out and touch someone. So connections motivate me.
Yeah.
So I think this is another way of connecting. So thank you for this.
Well, you're welcome, and way to keep it real. That is, you're so approachable and online, and that's what's important, I think, with social media for somebody who is as involved as you are, just to be so approachable and so authentic, and to give that sense of that you're motivated by reaching out to other people. That's really cool. That's why I knew that you were a total rock star when I met you, Marcie, and that's why I have you on my show, 10 Minutes in Tinseltown. Yeah, because you're such a rock star. So I think you're really awesome. What would you recommend as a place to go out? Because where do you and all your other rock star friends hang out in OC, in Huntington? That's a cool place to go.
There's so many restaurants that new restaurants that come out all the time. But if you would like to connect with me, I do like going to the lab in Costa Mesa or SoCo. So there's lots of shops in there and lots of coffee. So those are great places. It's got it's very indie, and I'm into indie rock music and stuff. So the vibe in Costa Mesa is pretty cool. But of course, here in Huntington Beach, meet me at the beach.
Meet you at the beach. Okay. Well, that sounds pretty good for someone who has a website called Surf City. Yeah. Do you surf?
I have.
You do? You surf?
I know. I have. I do not surf. I know. I just my kids asked me what my happy place was, and I said my happy place is sitting on the beach reading a book and watching them surf. So I'll just sit on the sidelines, but that makes me happy. Watch them have fun,
That's your happy place. Now, why would your kids ask you what your happy place is? That's cute. That's interesting.
Because my younger son thinks he's Oprah too, and he has these super deep questions like that out of the blue.
That's so cool. I love it. What's your happy place, Mom? So, okay, I'll give you another tough one since you've been so great at these, okay? Complete the sentence. Marcie Taylor is.
Oh my God, you stumped me. A rock star.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. Marcie Taylor's a rock star. And Suburban Mama? What Suburban Mama is?
doing her best to be the best mom to her kids, trying to be the best mom to my kids, and mothering other people outside of my own kids.
Do people come to you for advice like that?
They have. Yeah, they have. Yeah. So whether it's about social media or other stuff.
Okay. Why did you write the book Missing Mangoes? Now, the first thing my Filipino husband told me is you could get mangoes anywhere. I don't know what her problem is.
Okay. I wrote that because when I moved to the U.S. from the Philippines, I moved to suburban South Jersey, and there were no mangoes. Not the same mangoes. They were like a Guatemalan mangoes, and those are not the same. So I do. The book is about my experience being an immigrant, but it's true that had I moved to California instead, I would not have the mango problem. Yeah. So.
But it's clever, and I like things that start with M, like Ms. Liz. So Missing Mangoes makes me happy. So do you ever think about writing another book? Maybe now that you've been acclimated to the U.S. for so long, could you go back and do a follow-up book? Because I think that would be cool.
Oh my goodness. I did have, when you're a mom, you try to squeeze in writing hours, as you know, because of your own book. And when my second son was born, I thought I should do a follow-up, and it was going to be called Embracing Apple Pie.
Cute!
But that manuscript is, it sits in my desk. I haven't touched it. So I don't know if I can go back to it. But I am thinking of a project, again, with a Filipino theme, but it's about how do you pass on your culture to your children, even if you live in another part of the world. Mm-hmm. Because there's so many of us now. I mean, everyone is everywhere.
Yeah. And it's important to hand off that, culture. Really is. Even if it's just food, just give them something to claim.
Exactly.
My husband makes all of his Filipino favorites, and my kids love that. And I try to make things that my mom made. But even though my mom learned how to make Mexican food from the side of the can because it would have the recipe, it's really not authentic. That's what she made. Yeah. When I finally asked her for her recipe, she had to tell me, you could just get it. It's on the box.
But it's all good.
That's just how she learned, and that was her product of the 50s and 60s. So, but if you could do anything using all your talents and resources, what would it be? What would be your pet project?
A TV show. Probably.
Really?
YouTube. But TV's old. A YouTube channel would be what I'd like to do with different programs.
How fun! You should do it. What's stopping you?
Oh my gosh,
time.
But yeah, like with different. It would be like all my passions in one YouTube channel. So there'd be music, art. Interviews like this. Maybe you'll be on my channel.
That would be a blast. You'd be great. You have such a great personality. So, do you think that's how you would want to be remembered? What would your legacy be to have to bring to the limelight your interests, or do you have something else that you would want to be remembered for?
Yeah, I just want to be remembered as a good person who tried their darndest and made the most out of their talents and passion and in sharing that. So, yeah, I just want to be remembered as not as a good person, but I do people say I do have this energy and positive vibe, I'd like to be remembered for that too. I don't want to be grumpy and
Well, you have such a great smile. It's hard to imagine anybody remembering anything else about you that isn't positive and just wonderful and full of energy. You really do exude that. So thank you so much. Marcie, is there anything that you want to share about your blog or your projects right now? It's the shameless plug time.
Shameless time. Please try to join any of the Diabetes Awareness Month programs. They're online. Diabetes.org/health. And then for my latest articles and whatnot, I mostly blog on marcietaylor.com now. So lots of social media related things. So it could be about business, then I bring it to social media. It could be about music, but it could be that it's a band I met through Twitter. So all that comes to that. What else? I want you all to keep reading. That's what I want people to do. I want people to read, and I want young people to travel. How do you do that? So that is what I want to promote. Read and travel.
And expand your horizons, right?
Yes.
That's fantastic. So where would you go if you could leave tomorrow? Where would you go?
Japan. My kids have been wanting to go to Japan, so I'm gonna start saving up for that. And it's pretty close to it's pretty close to the Philippines, so I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. We're going. My family, my husband and I are taking our kids to Tokyo in 2016. What? So
let's go together.
Yeah, we're planning it. That would be awesome. Yeah, we're starting to plan it now, and I told them nobody gets married, nobody has any babies, nobody, has any major thing. You have to just stick with the plan so we could all go. For 5 of us to go at the same time, 2 of which will be adults already by the time we go. Yep. But that was where they wanted to go, and I wanted to go to Paris, but they're like, they don't have anything. That's not interesting to them, but what they want is to go to Japan. That's the hot place. So I'll meet you there.
I'll see you in 2016.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, well, it's getting dark on you, so I'm trying to rush, but you look great as long as you lean forward. As long as you lean forward, you're lots of light. So I'm at MsMeliz.com and at MsMeliz on Twitter and at TenMiniTT, TenMiniTT, 10 Minutes in Tinseltown at Twitter. And I'm going to take a quick selfie because I like to take selfies with my SoCal Lady blogger friends and then post on Instagram. Okay, cool. Let's get my phone ready. Look, I've got my Ms. Meliz sticker on here.
My tortoise.
As always, I'm just so happy to have a rock star like you, Marcie. Thank you so much. The time went by really fast, and cut it short today because you're in the dark. But it's amazing how much you were able to share with me in such a short amount of time, and it's never ever 10 minutes, but it's way more than 10 minutes. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Do you have any questions for me or any comments or anything that you'd like to share?
Keep up the good work and let me know when you want to have coffee in real life.
For sure. Okay, for sure. I will definitely let you know if I get down to your area or somewhere in between. If you come up to my neck of the woods, we'll get together for sure. And I'll see you on the blogosphere.
Melissa Reyes is a life coach, a blogger, author, and mother. And now is the host of 10 Minutes in Tinseltown with Ms. Meliz.